a variety of repertoire at his disposal going into WrestleMania against Brock Lesnar. So, decent match. I know a lot of us, including myself, thought we were going to get something that was going to make both guys go into the main event against Lesnar, but it seems WWE is like, look, you had your chance, fans. You kind of understand where we're going with this right now. Just let us do this, and sooner or later, and it's like, to me, WWE is saying to the fans, saying to the WWE universe, look, we know you wanted Daniel, but I think you're realizing right now that Daniel's going to get his chance, but right now we got to focus on Reigns, and maybe next year you'll get that opportunity again. Because I think ultimately this is what's going on. I don't want to see WrestleMania 31 thrown under the bus, but apparently that's what some people think is going to happen. Hopefully that's not the case. But if it is, the obvious reason is they're focusing more on WrestleMania 32 at AT&T Stadium in Dallas, and they want to build to something that's going to, get a world attendance record set. Which I'm assuming that's the plan. So again, though, we'll just have to wait and see what they do. But decent match. Surprised Roman went over. Well, shouldn't really be surprised because I think, of course, WWE wants to try to stick to something this time instead of alter. So, again, decent match. Like I said, allowed Roman to show more than just his 5-6 moves of doom, and we'll see exactly what happens. And pretty much what I predicted and what anybody else predicted came true. Daniel basically said what he had to say afterwards, said you better win the match against Lesnar, shake his hand, basically endorsing, much to maybe the chagrin of some fans, Reigns to go after Lesnar. So, overall, Fastlane, it wasn't the best pay-per-view, and it wasn't the worst. It was mediocre at best. It wasn't really much of a 3-hour Raw. I would say more along the lines if it was like a. It's not a 3-hour Raw. I'd say it's more of a 3-hour. I think it was a blending of Raw and main event is what it was. That's what it was. It was a 3-hour blending of Monday Night Raw and WWE main event, if you want to look at it that way. That's pretty much what it was. But it was okay. It was all right. But I think honestly the reason WWE is not really fully committing themselves to these last two pay-per-views, the reason they're not doing it is because I believe they're focusing more on Mania. And if that is the case, sometimes whether we like it or not, you got to make sacrifices. And I guess in their minds, they're making a sacrifice by putting more focus on Mania so that it doesn't become like WrestleMania 27, where it basically becomes highly unforgettable and mediocre and meaningless. That basically it's going to mean something. It's going to mean something. It's going to be something special. So we can only assume that that's the reason why the WWE creative staff, the booking, the writers, and all that are not fully putting all the chips on the table for these past few months, and that they're mainly going to put all the chips on the table. They're going to put all the money, all the betting, all the bets. They're going to place all the bets basically on WrestleMania 31, and that's their main focus. So, that's really all I have to say about Fastlane. Mediocre at best, and again, I think the only reason is because they're putting more of the chips on the table for Mania, putting all the focus on Mania, than they are, Fastlane, Royal Rumble, or even TLC in the past few months. So we'll just have to wait and see if I'm right about it. And let me know what you guys think. What did you think of Fastlane? Sorry, this was in two parts, and I'll talk to you all later.